Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. Sorry about that. This is a paid request, this time for Ben. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, topics, reactions, reviews, re-reviews, randomness, out of the blueness, whatever it may be, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box under the video. There could be a topic, reaction, commentary, review, re-review, whatever it may be. Pretty much anything. So, the movie we're talking about today is Control from 2004, which is a film I never even heard of. And it stars Ray Liotta, Willem Dafoe, Michelle Rodriguez, Stephen Ray. And at the end of the day, I thought the film was okay. It has its flaws, it has its issues. At the very least, it offers, I think, a fairly good performance by both Ray Liotta and Willem Dafoe. I do think the first half is more interesting than the second half. I will say that. I think by the time it gets to the third act, it loses a bit of steam. Because I think there's about 15-20 minutes that could be cut out of this. I think the ending is just not that satisfying. It feels a bit rushed. I didn't really care for the direction they went in. And it's weird to me to say it. This is a film that needed less action, and I rarely say that, but I think if it stepped more to the psychological drama, which was the first half of the film, I think it would have been better. But overall, I do like it for what it is. Ray Liotta is a death row inmate. He had killed these drug pushers and an innocent bystander. We get to know through visual, which was cool. So you hear a little bit of this in dialogue, but you get the idea that growing up, he was beaten up by other kids. His mom was killed, drowned by this piece of shit boyfriend. And the guy Ray Liotta as a kid tried to stop him. So that probably, that helped get to where he needs to be. But he's getting ready for lethal injection, but you come to find out that he didn't really die. Willem Dafoe, Stephen Ray, and these others are going to get him into this medical research project and gives him a choice. We want to give you these pills to suppress your violent tendencies. If you don't, we'll proceed with the procedure. You'll die. If you do, you're pretty much our guinea pig, our test subject, for as long as we see fit. Of course, Ray Liotta, he decides to do it. There are times where he tries to escape, of course, because he's a sociopath. But then he takes these pills each day, and it goes a little bit of him seemingly getting better. Then there are times he's faking it, but then, that's what I mean. This whole thing about, okay, this pill to suppress violent tendencies, Ray Liotta and Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe's the doctor. Ray Liotta is this violent criminal. Like I said, this, I thought, was an interesting enough setup. You got two very capable actors who are doing a nice job. They're not sleepwalking through this. And, those are two actors that could really stand toe-to-toe against each other. And there's moments I like. There's a moment where they're testing him and his tendencies. So they have a time crisis type of video game where Ray Liotta is shooting and then they make it go faster and he fucks up and he freaks out. This fucking thing's rigged. This fucking thing's rigged. You fucking rigged it, So I enjoyed that scene. I thought it was rather funny. There's another bit where Willem Dafoe is showing these pictures. Do you feel guilty of killing this person? Do you feel guilty of killing this person? What about this person? The innocent bystander. Well, he's not dead. He was a vegetable. Yeah, but do you feel guilty about that? Now, I do wish there was more therapy sessions, especially when you come to find out later. Because other than that one bit, there's not a whole lot of actual therapy between Willem Dafoe and Ray Liotta. It's more of just Ray Liotta told that he's taking this pill, that it suppresses violent tendencies. That one moment there between the two of them, like one or two times, Ray Liotta trying to escape, and then he'll have these nightmares. Nightmares about what happened in his past, what happened to his mom, the innocent guy he shot. And there's a point that Ray Liotta wakes up and he's crying. And he's like, why can't I sleep? And you get that inclination of he's having regret. But yeah, I just wish... I'll get to that later. Anyway, it seems like he's getting better. They fix him up. They take away his scars. They take away his tattoos. They clean him up a bit. What'll get you a new job. While he gets a new job, he meets with Michelle Rodriguez, who I thought did a decent enough job because she wasn't just playing the uptight tough girl. She's able to be more natural, and because a lot of times she has to like act tough. She didn't have to do that in this, why I think this is one of her better roles. As her and Ray Liotta, they start to get to know each other. At one point, they're having fun in an amusement park. I didn't mind the bit where Ray Liotta, you think he's up to no good, but then what he's doing is that he goes to the guy he shot, who his mental faculties are not all there, and it's a really good scene with Ray Liotta. It's worth a watch just for Ray Liotta and Willem Dafoe's performances. Where Ray Liotta is sincerely going, listen, I'm sorry. Watching someone hurt you, and that person told me to tell you that that person is sorry. And that if you need anything, I'll do it. Either you want food, or you want to go to the movies. He's trying to make amends. He's trying to be a better person. And like I said, there's some nice, good moments. Like, there's a moment between Ray Liotta and Willem Dafoe where they're in a car, and Willem Dafoe talks about what kind of got him into this, where he had a violent fit of his own because a guy cut him off in traffic, and the guy shot at him and killed his 8-year-old son, who was next to him. But then in the second half is when it started losing me. And this is again the spoilers. So bear with me, spoilers. Because you have criminals in the past trying to get Ray Liotta. And then it's like they're trying to force a couple action scenes. As a guy that loves action is my favorite genre, I don't think this film needed to go in that direction. I don't. In fact, I think if you look at a film like The Unforgivable that came out, well, now it's last year, 2021, with Sandra Bullock, if this film took more of that procedure, which I mean, of course, that came out after this film should have been more like The Unforgivable, where it's a drama, and it's Ray Liotta trying to deal with this. You have more therapy sessions between Willem Dafoe. Because, spoiler alert, you're trying to find out that the pill Ray Liotta is taking doesn't do anything. Willem Dafoe doesn't know this. Stephen Ray tells him, no, the pill he had was a placebo. He was a control group. The other people that took this drug failed because they're dead. Because they had liver failure. This guy's alive because the pill he was taking was a placebo. And then there's a point where Ray Liotta goes, it was you, Doc. And then Willem Dafoe says, no, it was all you. I mean, you know what? If you want us to buy Ray Liotta saying it was you, Doc, that's what I mean. You needed more counseling. You needed more scenes in the first half with the two of them. And you see this friction, and then the next time, a little bit less so. You need like about 3 or 4 more of those sessions, at least 3 or 4 more, which I know sounds like a lot, but if this is what you're building up to. You have to build up to it, not just one session that lasted like a minute. You need a couple more of that so that reveal to me works more sustainable, holds a bit more ground. And then like Stephen Ray and his men wanted to kill Ray Liotta because what happened was the one guy's brother who was shot, who and is now not, again, with all of his mental faculties. The guy's brother takes care of him, knows his Ray Liotta's around, goes after him, tries to kill Ray Liotta. That guy even kills someone else, but then Ray Liotta gets blamed. So then Stephen Ray and them are trying to get rid of Ray Liotta so that they don't have any problems with the law, like, oh, you let a criminal loose, all that jazz, to clean up their own mess. And like this, I mean, I didn't care for where the director was going in the plot. Yes, the production values does scream direct-to-video, but you know, I have to handle that. There's been a lot of good direct-to-video movies throughout the decades. It's been decades now. But it's just, if it stuck with, again, what they did in The Unforgivable, if it stuck with that baby brother character, and Ray Liotta has a choice to kill, he decides not to. I don't know, maybe like Willem Dafoe takes a shot, where someone's ready to shoot Ray Liotta, even though he did the right thing. Willem Dafoe takes the hit for him, and or is ready to shoot Willem Dafoe, and then Ray Liotta takes a bullet, but you know, doesn't die. Just okay, this is what happens. Very, very big spoilers. They're being chased by Stephen Ray's group. Willem Dafoe and Ray Liotta are in a car. Car crashes. They're in the water. Ray saves him. Willem Dafoe says, "Hey, get out of here." And Dafoe says that to Liotta. Ray Liotta says, "You know what? It was you, Doc." "No, man, it was you." Ray Liotta turns. He gets shot and dies. Willem Dafoe holds him. It flashes through Ray Liotta's life. He dies of his wounds. Cops come. It cuts to sometime later where Willem Dafoe and his wife have this youth center now. Which I don't remember him talking about wanting a youth center in the first place, but maybe they did. There's not really any final bit with Michelle Rodriguez other than, I don't know, 15 minutes before him trying to talk to Michelle Rodriguez, then leaving. So really now a whole lot comes with that whole love story. I thought Willem Dafoe and Ray Liotta, they were the best parts of the film. And I thought, again, the pacing slowed down a bit, where it was going just wasn't really, it got less interesting the more the movie went on. Like the more, and again, the first 30-some minutes is the more interesting part. And then as it went on, I'm like, the stuff between Dafoe and Ray Liotta together were cool, but you know, the love story was there, and then again, there's some good acting moments by our two lead performers. But in the ending, I thought, okay, that's where they're going. Your past catches up with you no matter what, and even though he's getting better and all this, it didn't matter because he still died anyway. So it's like, wow, again, nothing really changed where he got better, and it didn't matter because he still got killed. The drug doesn't work, so there was no payoff for that. And then Ray Liotta dies anyway, so there's no payoff for that. Other than Willem Dafoe deciding, fuck being this doctor, I would be a youth center guy. Michelle Rodriguez is nothing at the end. Like, what happens to her? I guess she just went off to do her job, and oh well. Like I said, it just the last 20 some minutes, I thought kind of yeah. I think it needed another few rewrites. I think you need to change the last 20 minutes, tighten up the pacing. Like this is like an hour and 40 some. This could be like an hour and 20 some minute movie. Like I said, add more to the beginning, less to the second half, and try to end it on a more quaint, stick to the landing. Here, I don't know, just now I think of the song. I just died in your arms tonight. Ba da 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 da. I just died in your arms tonight. Get away. But at the end of the day, at least Ray Liotta, Willem Dafoe, they did give good performances. It's from the director of The River's Edge, also, which is interesting. Which I didn't mind The River's Edge. I would put that above this movie. But so if you want to see another film that the guy for the, it just, you do wish that it had a bit more of a sleek aesthetic, so it didn't look too much like a direct-to-video film. At least I do wish I hate that it got less interesting as it went along. Like I said, the last like 15-20 minutes went, okay. Like it has this twist. And then like, well, again, that twist would work better if we saw more of that therapy at the beginning. But it seems as if it was mainly the placebo that made him change. Just placebo can do wonders. That's been proven. They don't cure, but placebo can do wonders. I don't know. I just where it went, it was not really my desired destination. But it was okay. Like, it was okay. I would give it maybe like a 3 out of 5 stars. Like, it was okay. It wasn't horrible. Wasn't terrible. Michelle Rodriguez, it's nice to see her play a role that's not so, that type of face. Because I don't mind Michelle Rodriguez, but she did get the tendency of being given kind of the same or similar performance. So again, she's able to add like just regular person here. And overall, like I said, interesting setup. Finale needs a bit more work. Overall, again, alright film, decent film. Again, Ray Liotta and Willem Dafoe at least make it watchable. They did a good job. I just wish their landing was pulled off a lot more successful. So with that said, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.